Hi, everyone. I am delighted to tell you about the launch of our latest HFS Pulse Dashboard. This is a tool that lives on our website that enables our clients access to the latest and greatest HFS research. I'm going to use this session today to give you a brief tutorial on how to use the HFS Pulse Dashboard. Before we get into the mechanics, let me tell you what's contained within this study. So this was a study that we conducted in Q4 of 2022. It focuses on three major areas. First and foremost, we have a section that looks at overarching enterprise innovation, drivers, and challenges with some great questions and results there. Number two, we did a deep dive on business services, BPO capabilities, who's using it, who's not using it, and why. And then last but not least, we looked at delivery locations for the provision of IT and business process services. And we're covering 57 different countries and regions. So we've got some incredibly rich data for you. The demographics are noted on the right side of the screen. 602 respondents overall, all with more than 500 million in revenue. The geographic breakdown is majority in North America, about 40%, 30% of the sample in Europe, and about 30% in Asia Pacific. 55% of the sample are C-level respondents. And then we always do a mix between IT and business stakeholders. All right, then, let's dive into the mechanics of our Pulse dashboard. I'm firstly going to orient you to the tool itself. Up top, we have the question segments. If you click on this, there are four components. You can look at demographics, section 1, which is on those enterprise drivers and challenges, section 2, the role of BPO, the questions around business process outsourcing, and then question 3, the section around delivery locations. Those are the different components within our Pulse dashboard. I'm going to select one of these and use it as a tool to show you how to navigate throughout the tool. I'm first going to pick demographics and screening questions. We select that drop down, and then you go to this section, which is select the question you would like to visualize as a chart, because ultimately our Pulse dashboard is a visualization tool. I'm going to keep it simple here. I'm just going to pick, please specify your company's industry as an easy way to showcase the capabilities of our Pulse dashboard. So you select it, it's going through its thinking, and then it will bring up the composition of our sample across all of the industries. And it gives you, up in this upper right hand, it gives you some options in terms of how you would like to display your charts. Right now we have the columns in a portrait setting, but you can swap that if you prefer to see things in a landscape view. In my opinion, for this particular chart, it makes it easier to read, but you have full control over that. For different types of questions, you could also choose, this right now is a bar chart. If there was stacked data, and I'll show you what it looks like as a stacked chart, although it doesn't make sense for this type of question, but you can choose stacked chart. And again, depending on the type of data, you could do a line chart, a pie chart, or even show it as a table, which I'll do just so that you can see what this data actually looks like. That's the simple way of actually navigating our data. I'll show you another feature of our Pulse dashboard, which is, let's get into enterprise drivers and challenges, because I'd like to show you the filters. The filters are on the left-hand side of the screen. This is a way that you can make our Pulse dashboard data more specific to what your needs are. So I've selected section 1, enterprise drivers and challenges. We can look at the array of questions that we have here. And we're going to start with question 1. Please rank in order of how important you believe each of the following are to your leadership agenda today. This is a very big picture question. We'll bring up the data, and we see this as a ranking question. I'm going to manipulate it first because I think this kind of data makes more sense when you see it in a stacked bar chart. So we see all of this data. I'll point out that when you hover over it, you can highlight different components. But what we want to do is we want to look at this overall data, which currently represents our full sample of 602 respondents. And we want to look at this data specifically by industry. You go over here to our filters and you have options such as industry, annual revenue, if you wanted a size view, the region that a firm is in, a respondent is in, a specific country if you want more granularity, the type of job title, and then what function. So you have lots of different mechanisms to filter this data. In this case, we're just simply going to choose banking, which covers retail banking, wholesale banking, and wealth management. Select what you'd like it to filter on, click apply, and it will go through its thinking. You'll now see that the sample is reduced. It's now 45. We had 45 respondents specific to banking, and it gives you the answers to the question, that same question of how important you believe each of these following areas are to your leadership agenda today. And it shows you the data for specific to the filter that we have selected. This is a very quick tutorial of our 2022 Pulse Dashboard. Happy data crunching. Enjoy.